Alright, so since we're having like a week in between sessions every time, I guess we were having that before too, so I played twice a week. Appreciate it, Game Sauce. Those of you still subbing, thanks a lot. It really helps because I've been putting it all in savings to get a second streaming PC, so things like Hollow Knight will run better in the future.
You're super awesome.
So I've double jump now, which opens up a ton of things as far as I can tell. I have to decide where I want to explore first, though. I guess I can just try going down and see what's in this little path down here. Thanks, Sornus. Appreciate it.
You're super awesome.
Thanks. Appreciate that. What's going on? I just lost chat for a second. You wanted to remind us something, but you forgot what. Yeah, I appreciate that. Good looking out, Serp. Ouch. Flower destroyed. That's what it was. Alright, so let me go back and try to do the little flower quest. Where was I supposed to take it to? In fact, where did I get it? Was it down here somewhere, and then I had to bring it all the way to... Well, I guess I'll go back and find that person again and see if we can do the quest. Thanks, Rob. Music. Oh no! Oh, I can't reach the goal yet? Interesting.
You're super awesome.
I don't remember that conversation.
Thanks. Appreciate that.
Alright, very good. Thank you for reminding me. How you doing, Scald? Let's go down. There's a secret of some kind, right? It might just involve manually climbing up this elevator shaft. Yeah. Oh, it just goes to Kingdom's Edge. I've been there before. Okay. Well, there's still other places to check out down here, so we'll look around and see what we can find. Knock them all out, is what I say. And the best possible timing is when I'm spending the first 10 minutes of stream remembering what the hell I was doing before. Okay, I think we want to go down and then right. I got Hapax to play this game. I'm excited to get his feedback on it. We're going to be seeing him and his girlfriend, Mando, in Seattle tomorrow. Andrea is coming to her first ever PAX, which is very exciting. She's been very hesitant to go in the past. It's kind of fear that she won't really be included. But the crowd there is really inviting and inclusive. Hopefully it'll be good to get her out of work for a little bit. It is that time of the month, isn't it, too? Hey, Brewski, how you doing, man? Time to talk. Oh, nice! Do you know if the devs are going to be at PAX this year? What's her name? Team Cherry, is that it? For those of you who will not be going to PAX, I'm going to be updating the Marstead travel channel in Discord to PAX 2017, and we'll be doing like a live blogging thing, which if you were here last year was actually super cool. Got to share almost all of the panels, if not all of the panels, get streamed on Twitch. Is there not actually anything up there? Shut it again. No, Serp did a translation effort for this game. Yeah. Don't think I can actually get up there, or if I can, it's not till way later. It's distressing, though, having the top of that room appear to be something special. Let's see what's over in this King Station room off to the west, and we'll go up above the Ancient Basin. See what we can find. Dragon Con is this weekend? Which one is Dragon Con? Like, what's the fan base they're building toward? Isn't that in Atlanta? Is it like cosplay focused, comic books? There might not be anything up high in this room either. Oh, that drives me crazy though. So we'll go over one more room and see what we can find. It's a multi-genre. What do you want for your sub-block prop? It's a really suspicious spike there. Okay. Oh, take your sub back. I will not go to PAX Australia. I hear it's pretty cool. Tycho learned how to pronounce Melbourne when he was in Melbourne. There's a door there that I don't think I've ever been able to open, right? Perhaps there's a secret path into it, but let me try climbing up first, see what we can find. It's interesting how easy it is to forget what it's like to not have double jump once you have double jump. Oh, you get it pretty late in this game too, which is cool. Money, money, money! Money! Ouch. I think PAX is pretty comparable. It's about 100,000 people. It's tough because the Washington State Convention Center can't really hold that many people, so it's all spread out across 7 or 8 different hotels. No, I've never been up here. Right on. But it's nothing interesting, is it? Just a bench. No secret paths up. Appears interesting. Dragon Con is a bunch of hotels as well. Yeah, that sounds about right. Alright, well there must be some other way to get over through there on the right. Oh wow, yeah, I don't think I've ever been to a convention smaller than PAX. I think PAX was the only one I really attended. A lot of people. Pretty cool though, we got a system. First thing in the morning, every morning we go get Jimmy John sandwiches and then put them in our backpacks and bring them with us all day so that we beat the lunch rush. So nobody's at Jimmy John's at 9 in the morning. Everybody's at Jimmy John's at 9. There's a Il Fornaio franchise in Seattle, which is this Italian restaurant that was in California when Andrew and I lived there. Really likes their bacon pasta. So get that, that'll make her very happy. I still haven't found any new zones. Been to Fungal Wastes at length. Don't think there's anything new worth exploring here. I'm gonna back up. There's gonna be something that I need to double jump for. Try going up this way. Bit more up to cross. I guess it doesn't actually connect, does it? Oh no, it totally does. It's just up one more step. Yeah, what's an order of magnitude among friends? Yeah, Yukupo, I hear you. I've only ever been to PAX with at least one other person. I don't know if I'd want to go by myself. I'd meet up with Ludefex, it'd be cool. Actually, first met Ludefex on the way to PAX 2 years ago now. Happened to be on the same plane. He lives in California, and he was like, "Are you going to PAX?" He said, "Are you interested in a YouTube channel?" And I said, "Dude, you should do a Twitch channel. Way easier to build an audience on Twitch than it is with pre-generated YouTube videos. In this day and age, YouTube's pretty saturated. You can argue so is Twitch, but the appeal of being live kind of get people in the door." We're mostly going to go to stuff that Andrea wants to see. We're definitely going to go to the Bit Brigade as they're doing a concert again. If you missed them last year, so we'll be live commentating it in Discord. They're a band where their frontman is a speedrunner, and he plays the game on a CRT TV, and the band plays the music for the game and the sound effects for the game alongside him. It's super cool. I guess I could try going up and around if it lets me up there. Let me try that. Not sure if that actually works. Oh yeah, I hear you on that one, Sornus. I'll let myself be friendly to strangers, like, you know, give people tips about what lines to wait in, and hey, we just read this thing on Twitter, but that's about the extent of what my anxiety will allow to handle an event like PAX. Oh cool, you're gonna have everybody from your LARP crew together? That's awesome. And you don't have to go very far for it. Kinda lucked out. Man, this is still, it's a one-way trip. Alright. Oh, I wish I could mark the map. Somebody said that there's a patch coming out soon that includes your own little custom badges you can put on the map, is that right? That would be really nice for this game. Oops. Oh, that's cool. It's a mild thing. I kind of wish every Metroidvania would have it, to be honest. Because of exactly the problem I'm having right now. I'm basically trying to go to every spot on my map that, you know, has an open space on it. And each time I get to one, it's like, oh, it's a door I can't open. I couldn't mark what it was about it that made it open. Alright, let's try going... Guess we can check out the Fungal Wastes or the Forgotten Crossroads. The big thing we're missing right now is the ability to get through those black death walls. I don't have any powers for that yet. 2 months. How long are the devs planning on supporting Hollow Knight? Like, the patch they did pretty recently was, it was free. And did it add much content, or was it mostly just fixes and little changes of the existing game? Meltdown costume? No, what's that? So it might be a thing to check out in Mantis Village. Might be a thing to check out. I guess we can go to Fog Canyon. Oh, we haven't been in Deepnest yet for any length of time. So let's go check out the stuff down by Mantis Village, and then we'll go check out Deepnest from there. 2 more free DLCs and then the big one. Interesting. Yeah, I would play this game forever. Make a Hollow Knight the platform. It's like Dark Souls in that respect. Mega game? What's that, Eternus? Yeah, this game is gorgeous. Really good sound design, really good art, excellent gameplay, very challenging. Basically perfect, and so far I have no complaints about it. Like, I could struggle to come up with something negative and say that the flavor choice of having you rest at a bench to fill out your map can make it easier to get lost, but like that's not really a problem. It's a conscious decision by the developers. Compared to La Mulana, which I also loved, but I have a lot of complaints about. Unisex names. That's... Game Saucer, all I can think that means is that, I guess there's a certain subset of names for girls that can also be... Well, no. I see your point in that being stupid. I could see why someone would Google that without really thinking about what they're doing. Owen Wilson mushrooms. Hey, more rancid eggs, the purpose of which I still have not divined. 20 to 100 person crossing the LARP in a board game. Ooh. That sounds pretty cool. I feel like there's a lot of potential for massive games. They're hard to arbitrate, which is why I think you didn't really see them often before video games. They're not as bad as the dive bomb Metroid enemies. There we go. I guess it's like, you know, there are some names that previously were not unisex. Like, I guess Dylan is now a unisex name because of Charlie's Angels. And you have a few other nicknames that are unisex. So, like, Samantha's not unisex, but Sam as a nickname is. Finding all this new shit. How do I get up there? Do they do some kind of peace bonding thing for weapons, at least? I've never cosplayed at a convention. Haypax's girlfriend is going to be cosplaying as one of the characters from Final Fantasy 15, but like a gender swap version of that character. We'll get pictures and post it in Discord. It'll be great. See if they have the Chocobo Ubers again this year. They had these free Ubers that you could get with the app. They were dressed like Chocobos, and it would play the Chocobo music when they'd ride you around to different theaters. The year before that, I think it was like Mad Max cars. They were all dressed up like wasteland scavengers. It was pretty cool. Ghost Commander Shepard. I'll probably be wearing your oops, try not to die here. The Solaire hoodie, Dark Souls hoodie prop. I get so many props for that. Like, we went to this cool museum in Santa Fe. You should go if you're ever here. It's like, and granted this is a recency thing, it's like a La Mulana museum. It's like a really, really weird artsy-fartsy museum that has a bunch of puzzles in it that are really obscure and probably impossible to figure out when you're there the first time. Anyway, I went there with that hoodie on and had a couple people praise the sun at me. Yeah, it's like a weird, obscure game that has a story to it, but it doesn't tell you anything about the story. You kind of just have to figure it out. You guys have been to Meow Wolf, right? Brewski? Meow Wolf. Hey, Kevin. How you doing? Yeah. Actually, we were there on a pretty popular day. We went on a, went on a Saturday. So there were a bunch of kids running around. They're like, "Did you see the thing in the toilet?" Like, "Oh my god, shut up, kids. Spoilers. Jeez." And there's this thing where you're supposed to, like, find the code to a safe in a certain area and put it in there. And this group of people walked up and said, "Oh, we know the code to the safe," and they turned to me and they said, "It's this number." I'm like, "I'm gonna fucking kill you." Thanks! Appreciate that. Yeah. I was like, I need to go there on a Wednesday morning. It's really weird. George R.R. Martin, so he lives in Santa Fe. He's a big supporter of the museum. It's like not so much a museum, it's more of like an art installation. Like a really big, like, it's this weird interdimensional house that you walk through. So there's a part where you'll walk through you'll like crawl through a fireplace in a living room, and there's this weird like spaceship that's on the other side of the fireplace. To give you an idea of what it's like. Whoa! What's your deal? Yeah, I made a decision to share one thing just to give you a sense of what kind of stuff they have there. Kind of reminded me there's an exhibit in San Francisco if you ever go. You should go to the Exploratorium as a science museum. And they have this thing called a tactile dome, which has been around since the 60s or 70s. I forget the artist who created it, so you can probably Google it and find it. Famous artist. Hey, more Deepnest. Cool. But anyway, the tactile dome is completely pitch black. You can't see anything. They send you in there in small groups. It's a labyrinth, not a maze, so you can't get lost in it, because you can only go forward. But you can't see anything, so you have to feel your way through the whole thing. Hence the name, Tactile Dome. But it's super cool because having never actually seen the inside of it, I have a really accurate mental map of what it probably looks like based on going through it multiple times. Whenever we'd have guests, we'd take them to the Exploratorium and go to the Tactile Dome. West. Yeah, right. It's pretty sweet. I enjoyed it. Put a bunch of crazy crap on the walls too, and you have to kind of divine what it is. Thanks, Brewski.
You're super awesome.
Appreciate that, dude. I wonder if I need to speed through this section. Okay, it's one of these. Really? That's suspicious. Why would it even let me come down here? Maybe there's some other shenanigan. Thank you, Yukubo. Don't blow me up. That timing, though.
You're super awesome.
One of these days we're gonna play Final Fantasy VIII. And it's gonna be really weird whenever we're playing as Laguna. Oh, this place without the lantern. Did you come here without the lantern the first time? Yeah, I've just completely forgotten that I have the lantern. I'm just kind of assume that this is the level design. I heard Owlboy is really good. More good Metroidvanias, right? Oh, interesting. What's that? Some bats or something. Yeah, I feel like having a map is pretty critical to Metroidvanias being tolerable. I'm trying to think if I've played one that doesn't have a map. Yeah, can you hear that? Especially when you guys have such limited time to game, right? Yeah, Salt and Sanctuary is fine. Having only played about an hour of that game. Like, Dark Souls doesn't have a map, and it probably shouldn't. But a lot of that just has to do with you memorize the world layout, because you're going to be retreading the same areas so often because you're dying so often, right? Whee! That was pretty cool. Wait, have I been here before? No, I don't think so. Huh. There's like a hot spring that's marked there, is that what that is? Oh, it fills up my meter, doesn't it? Oops. It depends. I can do better in 2D a lot of the time, so at least my brain works better. Like, I got hopelessly, repeatedly lost in Metroid Prime 2. You guys should totally play La Mulana. Brewski. That might actually be fun to play with Kiwi. You would want to bring up a progressive hint guide though, or you'll go crazy. Since that game is more about finding out what ridiculous shit to do than executing. Watch the couple minutes of my playthrough on YouTube if you want to get a sense of what it's like. Hey, that guy! He was bitching at me that I shouldn't have saved him before. Save him again. It's like the most obtuse puzzles ever. I'm working on it, dude. Looks like I have to come at you from a different room. Yes, yes. I said Apex ended up playing through and beating La Mulana after we played it on stream. He showed me that Hell Temple, the optional dungeon. Screw that. I'm good. Don't feel bad for having skipped that on stream. All these signs pointing to bench. I wanted just the map to update, that's why I'm up here. So, the dead folks. My king, I'm sorry. Couldn't be built. That guy's in the background. Okay, this looks like the train thing that we still haven't gotten the tools to use. Failed Tramway. Interesting. Remind me, does this game have permanent missables? Alright, I assume not. Maybe the key for the tram will be in here somewhere. No idea what that did. Kind of a no shit, right? Was it Ecclesiastes 1:1 or somewhere in Ecclesiastes? Nothing new under the sun. Best book in the Bible. Ouch. Hey, what's this? Tram key? Tram pass! Get hype! That's really exciting. Been wanting that pretty much since the first session, I think. Passes cost a huge amount of geo, and each purchase required authorization by the king. A lifetime pass. 1.9. There you go. Everything is meaningless as Ecclesiastes 1:1, isn't it? Also good. I love the little tram seats in the foreground there. That's cool. Alright, let's go up. So that, I don't know if that actually opens us up to any new areas that we haven't been able to explore yet. It might just be shortcuts between areas we've already visited, but it's exciting all the same. Preston. See if there's any other exits from that room that I missed. Doesn't look like it. We do want to go down, so exit to the south in here somewhere. Those guys drop a lot of geo. I don't really need it at the moment. What do I have right equipped right now? Excitement. Why, thank you. It's a cool place to put it, too. You're likely to have already seen enough trams at this point to expect what you're going to unlock when you find that place. So you might be concerned, well, maybe they won't fully explore it and find the secret. How do those zombie bugs work? Is just every bug here can get back up after a while? Or is there something else that I'm missing that's causing them to stand up again? Sort of foreground stalagmites are the ones on the ground? Stalactites are the ones... Is there a mnemonic for that? I fell on the spikes. Okay. So there might not be anything over there, but it's suspicious as hell looking, right? Just a bunch of geo, which I could have gotten if I had the badge to draw in geo. I guess I would probably change that about this game. I would make more of the quality of life badges upgrades rather than badges that you have to choose. So like drawing in nearby geo, the compass on the map, and maybe one other one I would just, you automatically have it as an upgrade, you don't have to spend notches on it. That's probably just a general game design disagreement though. I don't think you should have to pay for quality of life. Your DPS shouldn't suffer. Hello. Strongest warrior in Hollow Nest. Let us test our strength in joyful combat. Oh, is it death? Cool. Kind of. It's a very similar float pattern. Ouch. Ouch. This little scythe behaves very similarly as well. It's got its own twist on it, though. I like it. I fought him way too late. He would have been a lot more challenging if I had come there with a weaker weapon. And no quick slash. I'm defeated at last. This is what it feels like to be bested. When you see our king, surely you tell him my valor. I need to join you now. Brothers, you and I, let us leave this place together. Oops. How many essence did I need for the next upgrade? Was it 1500? I think it's 1500, right? Body of a fallen warrior. It's a cool fight, though. I like this trend of, and I've seen this in a few games recently, of having a boss basically be a boss from another game. Like, from a flavor perspective, it's totally different, but all of its mechanics are the same. Like that Odalis fight that was Chill Penguin from Mega Man X. There's a finite number of boss mechanics in video games. There's only so many things and combinations of things you can do, so occasionally having an homage, or then starting an homage and then subverting it later is a really cool strategy. I feel like first indie devs were kind of getting the retro style, but they weren't really borrowing a lot from the level design. You weren't starting to see the same puzzles and the same boss fights in different games. Part of what makes games art. No, that's cool. Those spiders in the foreground. I'm wondering if I get the thing that lets me bust through the black gunk in here. I can go check out the tram station soon as well. I will never be able to unequip the fast slash. It's too good. Already been here, so I can go hit the bench again, update the map. That's a bit of a walk though. I know I haven't been southwest. Oh, did they rebalance quick slash to be 3 notches? Yeah, that makes sense. Nice. And it's pretty OP. I'll say in any game, like anything that increases your action economy. So like haste in Final Fantasy is probably going to be the most valuable thing in the whole game. It lets you do everything more quickly, more often. Hello. Oh wow, that guy's gnarly looking. Kind of brute forced him there. Quick slash parries. Little baby spiders popping out of those eggs. They really gotta be careful. They get one shot at a giant spider boss in this game. It's one of those things that's obvious that even games that aren't taking place in a bug kingdom are gonna have spider bosses. I I hear a baby maggot. Hey, baby. Okay. I think that's a big part of the benefit of the quick slash is you can kind of unintentionally get a parry off. Ooh, what's over here? Weaver's Den. Oh, it's still a separate zone. That's interesting. Hurrah. Yeah, I should probably go back and get it really quick. Yeah, I'll finish. We'll do a piece of candy, explore this place first. People with arachnophobia can't do this area. Nice. Pretty creepy crawly. It's impressive they make it up to this zone though, because like this game is pretty creepy crawly in the first place, by virtue of taking place in a bug kingdom. But it seems to do a pretty good job of like, that was cool. Nice. Like daddy long legs. Pretty good job of making it cute, still being bug themed for the most part. Doesn't really feel gross. Son of a bitch. Oh, well, you have to keep the eggs, so that's cool. Whee! Son of a bitch. Princess. Interesting. For protection. Have I done everything there is to do in this area for now? I'm wondering if it was just the event flag of seeing the lady run away was what we needed for... It's a really cool secret. So, like, just out of curiosity, later in this game, do they make it easier? I could imagine missing that and never knowing to come back to look for it, because it's kind of a weird wall, like what appears to be a dead end. I'm wondering if the game ever comes out and says, okay, we're just gonna, like, show the rest of the map to you, or give you some kind of secret detector upgrade at the end to find the stuff that you missed. I'm not sure how I feel about Metroidvanias doing that. You didn't find that little room? Interesting. I love them coming in from the foreground. That's so cool. Whoops. It doesn't have one? Okay, cool. I think that's a good thing. Is there like a thing that tracks your map completion at the end? It's pretty standard for Metroidvanias, I feel like. I guess my favorite version of that maybe doesn't necessarily tell you, it's not like a secret detector or a thing that lets you see through walls, but something that tells you whether you finished a zone or not, or what percentage of the zone you completed. That's usually enough. I need to get another bench on the double. A lot of the really secret stuff doesn't count towards completion. Interesting. So like the Kickstarter room, this game's Chris Houlihan room probably doesn't count. 1500 here, probably not. There seem to be a lot of them in this room in general. Don't think it's gonna be 60 though. I don't think any of these count for more than one. Didn't see that guy come from the foreground. And there's like a 1% chance any bug in the game can drop essence once you get the dream nail. Is that accurate? There's not a finite amount in the game. Ouch. Should have seen that coming. Oh, the Dreamgate costs 1 essence. I didn't realize that. Okay. Yeah, I was really surprised when one dropped one for the first time. It was really strange. Does warping to the Dreamgate cost an essence, or does just creating one? Thank you, Chaos. Hey, Six Gun, how you doing?
You're super awesome. Thanks, appreciate that.
Oh, is there more essence than is required for the base game quests? I guess would be my way to ask that. How you doing, Chaos? I see. Gotcha. Well, I definitely don't want to use it though. I guess I can maybe justify using it like 4 or 5 times. It's about the number of essence I've found from random mob kills. Maybe not more than that. Put out 1,000,000 fires. I've been there. None of them individually are that big of a deal in aggregate. Alright. I'm suspicious that this is a dead end down here, that that's all that was here, but I will go to a bench because I really need to reveal more on my map. You need to think about it. A lot of people work jobs that are all about just putting out fires. That's what I did at Chase for a long time. It's kind of funny to think about what can create a fire. Like, the wrong person on the wrong call saying the wrong thing in front of the wrong bigwig. We had a term, seagull managers. You never see them, but then suddenly they fly in, shit on everything, make a lot of noise, and then fly away. Oh, I didn't even see him here before. Maybe he wasn't here before. Pearl. Ferocious place, no doubt. Village deep in the Warren. Inhabitants never accepted Holland as king. Interesting. Alright, what new is on the map? Oh, there is still stuff I haven't explored over there. Alright. Well, I'm glad I pulled the map. Let me go east first. Cover whatever's over here. Tram station, maybe? Ooh, the little centipede. Ugh. No, I didn't. What was there, Cass? Been behind in my gaming news. love the saturation stuff they do in this game. It's really cool. Thank you. Was it Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? It's one of the first movies to really do that on a significant scale. Post-processing color correction. Couch multiplayer action RPGs. What? That's really exciting. I always sit down when we have people over and like, all right, let's play some co-op. And you're like, oh, there's actually not that many rad co-op RPGs. One of the best couch co-op experiences I had was probably Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles, the original one for the GameCube that required you to have a bunch of Game Boy Advances and link cables and shit. It was really expensive and annoying to set up. Really satisfying game though. Ooh, Valorant Legends. Board game. Yeah, that's cool. I saw Harmonix is putting out like a party rhythm game. It looks neat. Switch exclusives are exciting. I love my Switch, man. We brought it. I'm probably gonna bring it to PAX. Probably should have thought about getting some kind of external charger for it. Oh well. It's great to have on a plane. This is fun. Bullshit platforming, ahoy! Not like that though. Or like that. Yeah. Mario Kart 8. Oh, I think I know what I have to do here. Well, not that. Close. USB-C chargers for laptops work? Apex might have one. Let's see. Let's see if he's bringing his. Less jump shenanigans than I thought. More juggle shenanigans. Oh shit. I drink and know things. Hey Leon, how you doing? Hey, nice. How many total mask and juice upgrades are there? Orb upgrades. Helps me to kind of get a sense of progression. Tyrion's basically an obnoxious grass. We want to go down at some point here. Also want to just go back to bench to update the map. Little bugs in the foreground. One more orb and 2 more masks, okay. Gotcha. Reasonably fast. Later, Chaos. Will do. Looking forward to keeping everybody in the loop about that while we're there. It was fun last year. So try going east. Whew. Hot Springs this way. Tram. Yeah. In a moment. Let me check what else is out here first. Alright. Done. Enter. Oh, that's cool. Sure. Lifetime tram pass. I guess that the airlines were doing that for a while. Okay, let's go different directions, I see. There were a couple airlines that had like a, oh, you spend all this money, you'll get a lifetime ticket to fly with us whenever you want, and it was a really bad decision, because the people who got them are still using them. Oh man, I haven't played Peggle in a minute. Here's a game. Did Peggle have some kind of partnership with World of Warcraft, or was it just like a player add-on or something? I seem to remember playing a shit ton of Peggle in WoW while I was queuing for stuff. Palace grounds. Finally. Corpse in white armor. Really? Huh. Presumably the king. Although possibly not. He does have like a crown looking thing. He might be a guard. Hidden station. Yes. Like I should go deposit my geo. Oh wait. WoW themed Peggle levels. Gotcha. Well, I've got like a ton of geo. I can see if I can spend it on anything. I may have bought everything that's buyable in town. I'm trying to think of other merchants that I need to visit. I think that the charm merchant, I've bought just about everything that she sells. The last thing she gives you is a reward for buying all the charms in the game, or obtaining all the charms.
Akala, Tono.
Oh, the stacks is something different every station. Good looking out, you go. I didn't know that. Oops. So there are 6 more mask pieces in the entire game. Mine now and fairly traded.
Bapanada.
Hey, tram pin. Nice. Should have expected that. Bafanada indeed. This is the one we already saw. So you have to get like close to him to talk to him, presumably. I see. Casting machine, the tram. Ha ha ha. Is it not around anymore? Nice. Set as checkpoints. Might not ever be intended to be openable. We'll see later though. Hey, dead king bro. Oh, it's just a corpse in white armor. Awesome. Come back and check you out later, dude. Whoa, what the hell?
Oh, it's just a corpse in white armor.
Whoa. Can that not be happening?
Awesome.
Interesting development there. Sorry. My laptop. Firefox decided to unmute Twitch randomly. Use the Dreammail on myself. I was really confused for a sec. I thought maybe the sound was coming through secret speakers in my monitor or something. It's treason then. HBO did that? Yeah, I've been having to use Firefox lately. Higher beings, these words are for you alone. Our pure vessel has ascended. Beyond lies only the refuse and regret of its creation. We shall enter that place no longer. Interesting. Huh. Definitely responds to my use of magic. But maybe that's something that opens up when I get an upgrade later. Right. Let's go everywhere the tram can take us. Yeah, right. Destabilize the economy. See, that's a given SP, though. It wants me to send us into a spiral of runaway inflation by creating an SP. Alright, that's all there is to do down here for now. Well, as long as the SP continues to exist, it shouldn't change its value. Tram is separated. Okay, ready, you gotta solve the block. Get an SP mining machine. No joke. Increase the speed at which money changes hands. You effectively increase the amount of money in an economy. Huh. Can you give me an example? I haven't heard that concept before. Good. Eli 5, Susie and Jane, and like apples or shit. A thing. Shit. Sure. Let's see if I got the right. Hey, look at that. Value goes up, people's reluctance to spend it. Ooh, the Hive. This area is cool. I haven't seen this color palette yet. It makes sense. I just saved it for this zone. Back up really quick. Yeah, it's the beginning of the end. It's $1. One person has apples, the other has oranges. The person with the dollar can get an apple for $1. The person buys an orange for $1. No, I believe you. I haven't heard the principle before. It makes sense. I'm just trying to get a baseline intuition for it. I enjoy economics. It is fun. Ah, okay. So Sally buys an apple from Janie for $1, and Janie uses that dollar to buy an orange from Jimmy. Even though there was only $1 because there were multiple trades, it's $2 worth of value created. Is there though? I'm trying to like zoom that out all the way. It's basically just been a placeholder for Okay, it can't happen ad infinitum. You landed right on the source of my puzzlement there. It affects. You can transfer SP however you like. I just won't use it for anything other than voting. Experimented with that early on, using it for like raffle tickets for giveaways and stuff, but I'll go check out the Hive some more. Yeah, apples and oranges are being exchanged, but at the end there's still somebody that has $1 at the end of it, right? But it's like that chain's going to end eventually. Someone's going to put it away rather than use it. I'll get the map and then I'll go check out the Hive. Oh, the music here is really pretty. Onion Bro. Fools. Lots of Onion Bros. This is just a more specific statement, the idea that everybody's spending is better for the economy as a whole than everybody hoarding. Cool. Isn't this a cozy hole? Been venturing out that wilderness beside you and thought a moment's break was well called for. Yes, please. So reasonably priced. Oh man. Oh wow, we haven't been here in a long time. We go back to the Coliseum of Fools later. I don't know what that path is up in the northeast. I kind of want to go check out the Hive, but let me see if there's anything else to get here, because I've been in the upper regions of this zone. Huh. Where are they falling from? Ouch. Trying to figure out how I've been in the upper areas of the zone, but I haven't been down here. I just never dropped down, maybe. We already got whatever was in there. Let's go back to the Hive. Stable amount of it, hard to create, easy to transfer. I thought they'd also use, was it Counter-Strike Ghost skins was a thing for a while there for money laundering. That happened to my nephew Jaden. He got hacked by somebody that proceeded to use stolen credit cards to build up like $499 in 1 to 5 cent transactions of Counter-Strike Ghost skins. I think probably because $500 was the fraud threshold for those credit cards. Right. You'll be able to swim in that kind of water. There's a stable amount of SP. It's hard to create forged in the sense that it's based on work and watching channel. There's only a finite amount of it that can theoretically come in every day. So it's not, we're not going to have a giant infusion one day. And it's easy to transfer. Well, not really, with the way voting works. The amount of SP in the system at any given time is generally, and there's obviously you can look at a graph of inflation, but as the amount of SP in the system increases, the amount of SP required to vote a game to the top of the spreadsheet increases, and once those votes are made, SP is destroyed, right? So you can look at the total amount of SP spent on voting from the inception of the voting system to present, and it's just constantly more and more and more SP. But it represents a very similar amount of total effort spent watching. Right. Yeah, that's definitely true. And that's expected to happen, right? Although it's much more normalized today than it was, like, in the first 6 months of the voting system. Where I think that the first game that won... Let's see how much SP was spent on the very first winning game. Pretty great. They're really cute bees, and then they're not. The first winning game was like 4,700 SP to win, whereas games lately cost in the neighborhood of 10,000 to 30,000, depending on how long they are. There are other circumstances there, like, you know, lack of scaling vote cost, but should probably go down and hit that bench that I haven't explored yet. This is a really cool zone. For some reason it didn't occur to me that there would be a B level. I don't know why not. I've been expecting the spider level. Killer space bees. Yeah, we should be getting that sound effect out. There you go. Good looking at it. You can go. Lisa will be happy. They're thinking about coming out to visit. Try to support Andreas. Maybe we'll do a little bit of Lisa, Matt, and Andreas streaming when they come out. Peggle's a good game. How much of Peggle is RNG? Is it completely skill shot? Is there any RNG element to it? I haven't played it in a really long time. Yes, Marty, you're very furry. This cannot be denied. You're than a real deal, Billy. I'm gonna try to figure out a way to stream Rock Band 4 at some point. Got it all set up, but capturing it's gonna be rough because I play the drums. You don't want to have the tick 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 tack 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 of me hitting the drum set. This is not in the friendly position, so in case I failed you all. Uh-oh. I put the auger in this process I'm trying to use for shit. One moment. It's coming back. I have a better place now, Propagable. Marty ran away when I got up to go fix it, but if he comes back later, I'll give you a heads up. Anyway, I might see if I can plug my, I wonder if I can jump up there by bouncing off it, dude. I wonder if I can, like, get audio from my amp, my drum set, and overlay that over the game audio, and then just not use a microphone or something. Like most drummer streamers don't really talk when they're streaming drum games. I'll have to work with it. Have to get like a laptop set up down in the living room. For a game about targeted bouncing, one would hope Peggle was deterministic. Yeah, do we have certainty on that? Like, can Peggle pros pull the same skill shot every single time? Alright, I gotta go update my map, getting turned around. Whoa, that's cool. Where's this? Huh. Interesting. Alright, I'm gonna go down to the bench. I guess I could get the bench in the tram, right? Seems to be super certain that replays would work each time. Yeah, that stuff's interesting. I wonder who was the first person to come up with that system of replays. That's become a really common gaming technology now. Basically, instead of actually recording video of an event, you just record all the inputs and then put them back through the engine. So I believe that's how replays work in Smash Brothers, for example. It just records each player's inputs at precise timestamps and then plays it back. So it doesn't have to record video data, it records a small set of instructions. The game can re-render it. But it also means that if anything changes about the physics engine, all those replays get broken. StarCraft did that? Really? I didn't realize that was such an early innovation. I was not very privy to PC gaming at the time. I mean, there's not some Peggle streamer with 50,000 viewers What's up, my peg legs? This your boy. Peghead. Ooh-wee. Today we're gonna knock some balls into intended receptacles. Shit. Ow. Peggle Esports League. Hey. Stranger things have happened. Take the equivalent of Peggle pretty seriously in Japan, although that's much less skill focused. Ouch. There are those little, the games with like a tower with a water in it, and you drop a coin in them, and you try to land the coin on a little platform. Used to have them in a lot of fast food restaurants in the States. Apparently it was possible to always win those. Easy to manipulate. And so I was wondering whether Peggle is solved. What is the Incredible Machine like? I haven't played it. Thanks, Nodovan. I'm stuck in honey.
You're super awesome. Thanks. Appreciate that.
Thanks, dude. I'm excited. I think that as long as we don't retire, it's going to be fun to have a return stream be building the computer. I've always wanted to record that and show it to some friends, like who are hesitant about building their own machines. No, it's just Lego for grown-ups. It's very hard to do it wrong. Yeah, Rupert Goldberg machines bound. Oh, that's cool, Yuko. I'm gonna play that music from Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Yeah, that was the big thing that was keeping me from getting into it. I built my first PC like 5 years ago, maybe? And I had always hesitated because I wasn't able to discern the difference between different parts or know whether I was getting a good deal or not. Let's plug in the power of the CPU. Then you just plugged in the power of the CPU and it was fine, right? Because when I say you can't do it wrong, you can't. There's only a couple ways you can really break it. You gotta be careful around the CPU. One thing that you can do to break it. I don't think so. Depends on your definition of sports games. Arcadey sports games, I guess. Kind of count Mario Kart. Punch Out, I probably did at least once. NBA Jam, but not like, you know, John Madden or FIFA. Anything that has a year at the end of it, I've never played on stream or played myself. I think I had Madden 95 for the Game Gear as a kid. I would just try to find ways to exploit the enemy team AI. Don't force anything if it doesn't look like it's gonna go. Be careful with the CPU. And I guided my 8-year-old nephew into, at the time was 8, oh my god. Anyway, I guided him to build a PC with his parents, and over video chat. Fine. Oh yeah, what's the exploit? That's funny that that's still a thing. I feel like that would be the primary goal of sports simulation games. Like, let's not get sweat on the players. Let's make the basic engine be flawless. I'm gonna go rescue that dude. I forget where he is now, though. Hopefully he's not unmissable. My heatsink was kind of a pain in the ass. I had one of those Hyper 212 Evos that everybody has. Pipes. Looks like a radiator. Because it is a radiator. Hive Queen Vespa. I know you're kind of. You'd have to resolve your past, and I am not the queen you seek. Pale beings that bear blame for your nature. This hive exists within. Oh, though this hive exists within Hollownest. No partisan attempts at perpetuation. Interesting. I feel like a dick. I think I got 1 essence for murdering that lady. It's really cool in the background there. I love this game. Shotgun information with 5 wide receivers. The game will let you audible to the goal line formation. It shouldn't let you. The personnel don't match. Oh, I see. Interesting. Gotcha. That's a pretty specific exploit. Can ghosts be murdered? High blood. 4 notches. Ooh. I see why that costs 4. How many seconds does it take to get the HP regen from that thing? I'm tempted to switch to that. Am I done in this Hive level? 10 seconds? Okay. That's pretty long, but that's not too bad. I'm trying to decide whether it's more likely that I will be able to pull off a heal or avoid taking damage for 10 seconds. Probably depends on the fight. I would very much like that for the arena, specifically for the section that I keep dying on where you're stuck on the walls, but you can't heal. I block numbers I don't know most of the time. Oh, really? That's funny. They happen to already knock it out. I guess the game has established that you gotta use the big Bs to break stuff throughout the level. That's a cool secret. Oh, that's just an item here. I wonder how I could have missed that. Is that the last collectible I needed, or is there still something else to get here? Yeah. I generally go ahead and answer, and as soon as I hear the "Hello, your student loan debt," alright, hang up, block. So, hidden grub. What section of the map is the grub? Like northwest, northeast, center, southwest, southeast? Northeast. Okay. Lucky prop. Do not call help. So I remember getting lots of telemarketer calls before, like 2001 was around the time of the do not call list, right? Maybe a little later than that. It's a very frequent thing, and then do not call happened, and it basically stopped. Especially with everybody getting cell phones. Then robocalls changed everything. Oh, that's funny. Is that makeable? Or do I need to do, like, do I need to bounce off a flying bug to get up there? I definitely saw this earlier. That works. That's pretty cool. Pretty sneaky, sis. Hey, baby. Is that the last thing? How do those work? Do they just have a preset number of lines and they wait for you to say something, basically? Or if they actually try to read your inputs at all and change what they say in response? Cool, thanks, sir. That was a really neat little zone. So they don't like talk over you. Not like an Archer voicemail. Really? Do you think that actually happens though? Like, is anyone actually doing the finding Donovan? I'm trying to figure out. It seems like there are no consequences in politics for anyone ever these days. But I'm wondering if that's maybe only true at the highest echelons and not so true for the little guys. Oh yeah, we get them all the time in the US now. It's really awful. I get them during stream all the time. 80% of the calls if you hear my phone ring, it's usually a robocall. Interesting. Oh, so it only restricts you from calling on a cell phone. I guess I missed that part. You said that. Is one of these near to a stag? Oh, there was another left path. Interesting. Who's the authority doing the reaming? Let's go down to the palace grounds real quick. People get charged for cell phone minutes. Sure. Yeah, for sure, Spiky. I try to avoid them whenever possible. Oh, I never came in here before. What's this place? True servant gives all for the kingdom. Let Holland's Pale King relieve you of your burden. Ooh. Yes. Monarch we need you now. How much geo do I need to put in here for something good to happen? This is like a fairy fountain, right? Nope, you just threw that money away. 3K. Okay, thanks. And it's 3K countered over a lifetime of deposits. Not doesn't have to be all in one deposit, presumably. It's about time for me today. I'm gonna go ahead and hit a bench. Cool, folks. I know that was super short. Ninja's coming home soon, and we gotta pack and get ready for PAX. I'll give you guys a heads up on what to expect.